All right, let's take a look and see what's going on with Taurus. So this is your situation. Wow. And looking at your monthly reading, it's no wonder. With all the hard stuff that you were dealing with, seeing the hangman, this really isn't a good time to be talking about love situations. There may also need to be, there's a need here just seeing him that the relationship needs to be seen in a different way, in a different perspective, because again, the hangman is about being in limbo, needing to see things differently. And yeah, with all the conflict that was surrounding you in the monthly reading, it would make sense. This is not a time to actively be pursuing love, especially for those who are single. Now, if you're in a relationship, there may be something going on where you need to see things in a different light. So now the other person's feelings, the star. So to me, this is saying that if you're in a relationship right now and you're dealing with some hardships in your life, the other person is saying, it's almost like they're saying to you that there's hope. There's hope here. We can have this emotional balance in a relationship. And for you, it's needing to be hopeful about the future when it comes to the relationship. But seeing the star there for the other person's feelings is fantastic, because no matter what you're going through, it's almost as if they're supporting you and what you're dealing with right here. Because I almost feel like this is, what you're coming in with, when you look at the situation. If you're dealing with a lot of shit right now, love may be the furthest thing from your mind. But the other person, I feel like is supporting you. And seeing the star there is fantastic, especially for the other person's feelings, because, it could be a situation where they're just like, right? But there's hope here. There's hope here. And I feel like the other person feels that as well. So now these are the aspects of the relationship. The Seven of Cups. Now, seeing that to me is emotional disorganization. I almost feel like, there's this feeling of being in that limbo because there's so much going on right now, and emotionally you're just like up in the air. The Seven of Cups is like, there's also that part of it where it's like, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is, but I don't feel that way, not with the star sitting there. It's just that there definitely needs to be some emotional balance for you. Because, again, with the hangman sitting there, it's like, it's almost like you're putting the relationship on hold. The star, this is like, for those that are single, this is a new opportunity, right? And the other person is there like, hey, but you're just like, no. Mm-mm. And with the Seven of Cups, yeah, there's just too much going on, too much disorganization. Emotionally, there's too much going on with you right now, and you're just not looking at it. And if you're in a relationship, it's good to see the star there again, because I feel like the other person is understanding of it. But you got to get out of that funk. And the other aspect of the relationship, yeah, and it makes sense. Juggling too much. Seeing the Two of Pentacles, there's a need here for balance in the relationship. It's like, I almost feel like the other person is trying to help give you some guidance on what you may be dealing with right now. But seeing the Two of Pentacles sitting there, it's just like, man, there's just so much shit up in the air right now, especially with that Seven of Cups. The Two of Pentacles always signals a need for balance. Whenever I see it, automatically I think, there's this act of continuously trying to find balance between relationship, work, kids, all this stuff. It's just too much going on. You're able to balance it, but where is the room for the relationship there? There needs to be some give and take. Seeing that there is perfect. Now, for that to be what will test or support you, I feel like this is definitely going to support you. And again, it speaks to the support of the other person. This is slow and steady, dependable. You know, this is good as far as, you know, really having a chance to start connecting with the other person. Even though you have so much shit going on. I mean, just look at it. You know, it's like, oh. It's good to see that, you know, that you have some support there. I mean, seeing the Knight of Pentacles to me, you know, again, the Knight of Pentacles is the messenger, right? The messenger for security. But seeing it in a love reading is, you know, having somebody who's very dependable. And not only that, this person I feel like is wanting to bring some emotional balance to you as well through all the shit you're dealing with. Because, wow. The 2 and the 7 is just, it's enough to look at. And then with you, and I really feel like that's you in the middle there, the Hangman, just like, oh my God. Wanting to stop for a minute and really look at the situations in your life that are causing all of this disorganization. But that person's still there. They're still there. And the outcome, the 7 of Wands. Now, seeing that to me is like, you know, for me, I feel like the both of you are trying to hold your ground here. You've got you who is going through so much. You've got the other person that's trying to bring in the support to you. But the both of you are like, you know, in this stance of, you know, I'm not taking any more shit. But I really feel like with the Hangman sitting there that this is outside influences that are happening to you that may be blocking you from really experiencing this relationship. I don't think that, you know, it's you doing anything wrong. I just think that life is just so hectic right now that you're like, meh. You know, but the other person is trying to bring support, but it's like, it's almost blocked. You know? I worry there because it's like I'm feeling it on both sides. It's not just you, it's the other person. It's like going, you know, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. But so are you. You're tired of it. You've got so much going on. The other person is like trying to be there for you, but you know, when you're in the middle of dealing with so much in your life, you know, outside influences can only do so much to kind of guide you out of it. And that's what I feel like the other person is trying to do. Like, hey, let me help you here. Let me give you some emotional balance. And with the Knight of Pentacles, yeah, let me give you some security too. But with the 7 of Wands, man, it's like, I almost feel like there's a breaking point that is hit there between the both of you. You know, and when it comes to what you're dealing with in your life, where everything is just so up in the air, yeah, it's time for you to take a stand, especially when it comes to those of you who are coupled. If you're in a relationship, you need to deal with these issues. You know, let the people around you know that, hey, that's enough. I've had enough. There's a need here to really focus on the relationship. Now, if you're single, this is not the time to be getting involved in a relationship because you just have so much going on. But I feel like where you come out of it, you're like, no, I'm done with all of this. You know, this is where I stand. This is how I feel. I've had enough of this stuff going on here. You have support, you do. But there are things that you definitely have to deal with in your life right now before you can be open to the support that's coming through. But seeing the star again, especially with the other person's feelings, I really feel like, and with that Knight of Pentacles being there, they're going to be willing to stick with you through this. But I really feel like there's external forces going on right now that are like blocking you from having that fulfilling relationship. So now we're going to take a look at Whispers of Love to see what other guidance we can get for what may be going on in your love life right now. So what are the messages for Taurus? What does Taurus need to hear? Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. And yeah, definitely that's good advice, especially with the Seven of Wands coming out. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do when you have so much going on. But the minute that you start to express that love for the other person, especially if they're supporting you in what you're going through, that's when you get to have it received. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. I really feel like that's telling you to be aware of the present moment. And, you know, when you dream of the future, you know, you got to be careful about what you're bringing into the present moment right now, especially with the Hangman, you know. You don't want to be reflecting on all the negative that may be going on and this need to like see things differently. You need to be in that present moment and be willing to express that love to that other person who is trying to support you through what you're dealing with right now. Taurus. Spend some quality time together. It is important that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. Yeah, definitely. Because, you know, the relationship is at a standstill right now. And by doing these things, experiencing love will be I feel like a much needed relief for all the things that you're dealing with in your life right now. And again, with be in the present moment. Yes, yes, be in the present moment and dream of the future. Be careful of what you're dreaming of and bringing that into the present moment. Because really what you're trying to do here is to express love and to spend some time together and know that this person is here supporting you and probably waiting for you, which is good. It's good. All right, Taurus. So what I feel like is happening here is that there is so much going on right now. There needs to be some balance in the relationship because everything is just up in the air for you right now, and it makes sense. For those of you who are in a relationship, I really feel like this person is saying, I am here to support you. We need to work at this. But I worry here with the outcome that you both kind of get to a point where you've had enough. And you don't want to do that, especially with what you're pulling with the Oracle cards. Now, you know, if you have all this stuff going on in your life, there's definitely a need for you to take a stand and say, you know what, I've had enough. Because your relationship is what is more important. For those of you who are single, I don't think that this is the perfect time to be starting a new relationship, but it's definitely there. That's the thing. It's there for you. But you need to take control of what is going on right now because it's got you at a standstill. And it would make sense looking at your monthly reading why love isn't something that is exactly on your mind right now. When you look at be in the present and dream of the future.